Good morning, family, and welcome to Morning Heart Devotion with Dr. Chongshik Yong, brought to you by our Heavenly Parents Holy Community. Let's begin by greeting our Heavenly Parent and true parents. 천지엔 참부모님께 경배. 바로. Now for our family pledge, 가정맹세 1. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 번연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천혜의국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천혜의국 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. And to open us up with prayer this morning, I'd like to invite up Mrs. Noriko Tenepre.
Yes, join me prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents, true parents, thank you for giving us another new day. We stay together, also we gather together again, centering on Dr. Yong. Also, I'm really appreciating so many people, so many brothers and sisters attending this morning devotion from all the world. Every parent to the parents, how we are wonderful, how we are grateful. You provide everything. You always giving us a love, so much deeply love. Also, everything you guiding us through the Dr. Yong's word, you guiding us so much deeply in the heart, in the guidance. We are always developing because of you. We are so much have a sorry, every parent to the parents. I always appreciating you. You are my parents, my father, mother. Also, yesterday, last night, through mother was spoken for us. Every parents, we are never you will betray you. We are always loving you through mother. Thank you so much. You are here. stay with us. Also, thank you, Father. You always guiding us. Now we are stay in the golden age. We are now. We are very very lucky people. We are chosen people on the earth. So never will forget about this kind of grace. Thank you, our every ancestor, every spiritual world. Thank you so much to you sending us to here on the earth. Also, this golden age with Europeans, happy friends. Thank you so much. So now we are receiving new word from you. So we are just we receive the spiritual breakfast and we eat it and we are gain it. So we are starting the new day. Thank you so much. I report my name, Noriko Tenepene Center Plus Family. Thank you. Adieu.
아주 thank you, Noriko Tenipre. Beautiful prayer. Today you make up so beautifully. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Noriko-san. Yes, you do look very nice this morning. All right, family, let's go into our breakouts now and share our appreciations with one another. Family, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your breakouts. To share first, I'd like to invite up Uncle Steve Honey. If you would share with us your appreciation.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Yong. Good morning, everyone.
Steve Honey, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. My gratitude today is the Belvedere community. Every year we have worship in the woods. The property right next to the main Belvedere property is in the forest. Lots of trees and beautiful creation. And there's an opening in the middle of the trees. And once a year, around this time of year, when the colors are starting to change in the leaves, instead of having it in the training center, we have worship out in the forest. And it's really wonderful because there, it's easier to find the frequency of zero because the nature is so pure. You know, we can be influenced. Dr. Yong was speaking a couple of days ago about how we can be influenced by the secular world, but praying in the forest, worship in the woods, is just a purity and a beauty. And it's 3 short messages and music in between, but then there's one moment, there's a reading of Father's words in the Bible, and then people are given the opportunity to go out for 10 or 15 minutes out into the forest and pray and meditate individually. So anyway, it's just a wonderful experience, and we always look forward to it. So I'm grateful to have that opportunity this afternoon. For anybody locally, it's at 2:00 at Belvedere.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steve Honey. Why don't you invite me to go to your place and then we go out for outing together? You never invite me.
Okay, we'll do it.
Thank
Good
you.
idea.
Thank you, Steve Honey, for your beautiful sharing. How about the New York? New York now is the all the trees, the color is now changing now.
Just starting to.
Yeah. Okay. Today I'm going to complete my journey, subregion 4, and then go back to New York. I'm so excited to go there to see beautiful, you know, the what is that? You know, the color I want to see. Thank you very much, Steve Honey.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And also, I know you mentioned that you're also emceeing, and you mentioned how it's nice to be more active than just sitting down. So yes, it is very nice. Okay, next I'd like to invite up Mr. Sumio Tamura. You would like to share next? Sumio-san. Unmute first.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Yes. I share with Milhan and Steve Honey this morning. So I'm grateful for my family, my son and my wife. Yeah. Yesterday, actually, I did painting all my day for my house, my room, my grandma's room, because my grandma, not my grandma, my mother's wife, my wife's mother. Sorry, she is 89 years old, so she lives with us. So before she go to spirit world, I really want to make her happy. That's why I painted all day. But on other hand, my son and my wife went to church for prayer breakfast. Dr. Laos is here, and my wife had a wonderful pastor guest, and my son was MC at the prayer breakfast. After they came back, they gave me a wonderful testimony. Even I did painting all day. That's a simple work, but I could hear such a wonderful testimony. Pastor was so happy, and also my son also did that meeting. So and also many high school and junior high school students was dance there, in front of them. Such a wonderful testimony. I could hear, wow, even I was in home, but still through my son, through my wife, I could hear such a wonderful testimony. Maybe I felt that I was there. So,
Great.
yeah, that's my appreciation.
Thank you, Sumio Tamura-san. You really take care of your mother-in-law. Your mother-in-law take care of your mother-in-law so well. You are really filial son, and also so happy to hear, your all entire family member involving some outreach. 감사합니다, Sumio Tamura-san.
Yeah, thank you, Sumio-san. It really was a touching story. Just so much attendance everywhere, attending God, attending your mother-in-law. Yeah, so thank you for your example. All right, family, let's now welcome up Dr. Changshik Yong for our morning heart devotion.
안녕하세요. Good morning. My dear brothers and sisters, clergy and ambassador for peace, 안녕하십니까? How was the last night event with the True Mother? Wow, I feel like speechless. It was really amazing God's providence centering on Cambodia. And then this, God's providence centering on Korean Peninsula now really moving forward. So when I seeing that yesterday event, centering on Cambodia providence, I feel how can I again that kind of the strong foundation in America. I think God brought me to America to create that kind of an incredible foundation again and again. And then our nation, America as the elder son nation, Canada as the daughter nation, how can contribute for the nation of our fatherland, Korea. I think time has come. Surely we can do. Yesterday you can see our true mother face is how beautiful. Wow. I think mother was herself is so inspired, and then Dr. Yoon is doing great job, Yeah, I'm really grateful our true mothers for such effort and sacrifice, and our international helper, Dr. Yoon, and working so hard. I really appreciate that. Yes, now today is my final day, Subregion 4. I am really enjoying to see my beloved brothers and sisters. Really, I can have artistic relationship with them. Wow, I'm really touched by each one of our members' effort and Jeong-sung. I realized that morning devotion, how much it gave big impact to each one of the members' spiritual life. I really thank God and thank our true parents' word, father's word, and mother's word. God's word, how much, make us so inspired. Yesterday, we had a breakfast meeting with the member of Alabama and, gather family church. It was very beautiful. Our Jorio, Nina couple. Wow, I'm so surprised, church atmosphere, all the facilities, prepared very well for especially children, members. It is a kind of modern style of the church. Wow, our second generation leadership is really amazing. I'm so impressed, and that our also dear brothers and sisters are really supporting, uniting with them very well. It was a group photo. And then we gather at the holy ground and pray together. This our John Jackson is doing a really great job. Thank you for his incredible arrangement and leadership. He can talk to anyone. He can become easily friend to anyone. Wow, beautiful. It was a good photo. Then we visited, Master Marine, our shipbuilding company. Even though COVID hit, our economy, even our Master Marine company, but they are really working very, very hard how to maintain, how can really, fulfill their personal responsibility, centering our true parents' vision. Thank you so much, our dear brothers and sisters, those who are involved this Master Marines mission. Then I sanctified the new building of the church. The new the family church in Alabama will have a dedication ceremony in December or next January. Wow, I saw a new place. I think this place really can be very nice. And the Jorio couple and all members, they are uniting together. And now they are going to renovate very soon and then can have a very beautiful the church. Once again, thank you so much. And then this was a good photo in front of new building. Today, I will speak with the title of God's Embrace Ends All Tears from True Mother's Memoir. Heavenly Honey, please.
The anguished cries of Africans should be heard and their plight embraced. Humankind's long, painful history of exploitation and deprivation of freedom must come to an end. This was my motivation as I traveled thousands of miles to come to Gordy Island and walk in this still pitiable and sorrowful land of Africa. Having seen the slave cells and the door of no return on the first floor, I did not take the stairs going to the second floor where the slave owners lived. I instead made my way to the courtyard. There, together with Gordy Island Mayor Augustin Senghor and his wife and many local officials, I offered a prayer for the liberation of all Africans who died as victims of slavery.
True Mother said, liberation of the souls who have already passed away is not the same as comforting the souls of the living. The salvation of the souls who have died unfairly is possible only through the prayer of the only begotten daughter who has come with the mission of saving mankind. Continue.
A short walk from there brought us to a small square. Along one of the yellow painted walls were several small plaques honoring eminent leaders who had visited the island, including Nelson Mandela, Barack Obama, Mother Teresa, and John Paul II. As they unveiled a plaque with my name and read the inscription, Mayor Senghor said, "This doesn't fully embody how grateful and indebted we feel, but it will stand for eons as an enduring symbol of the precious heart you have brought here." Many among the crowd expressed their thanks to me for liberating Africa from the weight of 500 years of suffering. It was a heartfelt token of appreciation from the people of Senegal, and I felt the continent. Following the unveiling, the little angels moved everyone to tears with beautiful Senegalese songs they had learned and rehearsed over many hours. As we made our way to the pier to depart, I told the mayor I wanted to leave a gift behind that would benefit the whole island.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. Many African leaders said to True Mother, I am deeply grateful to you for giving warm grace to Africa, the island of sorrow, and for relieving the pain you have borne for 500 years. Really, Our mother is so great. Mother truly feel and understand their sorrow, their pain, and then relieve their pain and pray for them. Mother came as the God's only begotten daughter, as the Savior. That's why when she pray and console them, comfort them, that is really true liberation. Continue.
When we reached the pier, we could hear the sound of a motorboat approaching. It was a water ambulance I had prepared as a gift to Gordy Island for passenger and emergency patient transport. Christened with the name Victoria, it reflected our common hope that although innumerable lives have been lost over the centuries, no others will be lost for the lack of a medical boat. In Africa, the plight of many remains bleak. Despite abundant natural resources and wondrous scenic beauty, poverty is rampant. Nevertheless, Africans are kind, compassionate, and diligent. God has called the peoples of Africa to shine as bright, immutable, heavenly creations. Africans make me feel the heart of our Creator, our Heavenly Parent.
Thank you. True Mother said Africans are kind and compassionate and diligent. God has called the people of Africa to shine as bright and immutable heavenly creations. Whenever I see Africans, I think of a pearl, not square but round. Small black pearls shine brightly in sunlight. African people are poor, but they all shine because they resemble black pearls. Africans make me feel the heart of our Creator, our Heavenly Parents. Mother is saying like that. What we can see here is how much True Mother loves Africans. For the first time in human history, she embraced Africa in the arms of Heavenly Parents and True Mother, and gave them boundless encouragement and love. Today, I will through this kind of a mother sharing and then embracing Africa is really, really incredible. That's why many African leadership, they really recognize mother's heart and mother's leadership. My brothers and sisters, today I will continue to introduce the word of True Mother of yesterday about some speech content of True Parents Victory Celebration for Africa Summit January 20th. Please read.
True Parents Victory Celebration for Africa Summit 2018, January 20, Senegal, CICAD. Reverend Bakri Kamara said that the Heavenly Tribal Messiah movement in Africa is going well. This is a good thing. The 7.5 billion people of the world long for and wished dearly for the true parents of humankind. They are living at the same time as true parents, yet how sorrowful will they be if they go to spirit world not having met, nor seen, nor heard of true parents. I went to Goree Island yesterday. Missionaries who came from Europe to Africa in Christ's name forgot Christianity's essence and became self-centered. Europeans colonized Africa for more than 500 years and didn't teach them. They stole the natural resources heaven had bestowed on Africa. And because of differences in skin color, they enslaved them rather than treating them as humans.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. True Mother said, the 7.5 billion people of the world longed for and wished dearly for the true parents of humankind. They are living at the same time as the true parents. Yet, how sorrowful will they be if they go to spiritual world not having met, nor seen, nor heard of true parents? Just as we cannot see the living Jesus who was active on the earth, no matter how much we love and miss Jesus, we need to know how precious it is to meet and live with the true parents who only appear once in our eternal history. True Mother is coming to America in December. If True Mother comes to America from now on, think about how many more times she will be able to come. Every time True Mother comes, we should consider that visit as a historic visit, and we should prepare it well and serve it with all our heart and mind. Okay, continue.
That they did all of this in the name of Christ truly pains my heart as the true mother. Thus, even though it was difficult, I went to Gordy Island and felt I had to release the sorrow of the many young Africans who had passed through this place. If you look at a riverside, there are pebbles. There are stones that are round with no edges and shine very brightly. When I see your faces, I see that you are shining brightly. Through this, I can feel another interesting aspect of God, the Creator. Now, Heavenly Parents' dream, humankind's dream, is being completed and concluded, but you cannot be the only ones who receive blessings. You must know that the further you spread blessings, the greater your happiness will be. You cannot stop once you become tribal messiahs. You all must become national messiahs through the highest leaders in your nation. In order to do that, the second generation members here must study hard and be prepared in all respects for the future. They should strive in every respect to become united in heart with True Mother during this age. The reality is that one world centered on Heavenly Parent, one human family, can only be realized when we center ourselves on true parents and attend them.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. True Mother said, now Heavenly Parents' dream, humankind's dream, is being completed and concluded. But you cannot be the only ones who receive blessings. You must know that the further you spread blessings, the greater your happiness will be. This is very important guidance by True Mother. As you all know, the attribute of the blessing lies in multiplication. The blessing of not multiplying is like running water stopping in the middle and rotting. If the blessing is not multiplied, it will rather bring disaster or accusation. But the blessing grows more and more as it multiplies. This is a wonderful secret of the blessing. For a blessing to remain a blessing, it must multiply. Otherwise, it becomes a disaster and a curse. Just as water does not smell when it flows and create new life, blessing only shine when they are shared around them. That's why our mission is what? According to family pledge, we need to convey blessing. We need to convey blessing to my neighbors, to my tribe, my nation, and then whole world. Our main mission is what? Convey blessing. Substantial blessing. Convey blessing. Blessing means what? Changing blood lineage, changing the life, and changing love, and then become true life, true love, true blood lineage. that our main mission from the beginning until end, how to convey blessing, how to multiply blessing. That is our mission. That is our portion of responsibility. That's why blessing should be culture and should be the tradition. Day and night we need to think, what is the best gift for the sake of others? That is a blessing, That's why we need to think that how can we promote blessing day and night? We need to think about it. Continue.
Now, Heavenly Parents' dream, humankind's dream, is being completed and concluded. But you cannot be the only ones who receive blessings. You must know that the further you spread blessings, the greater your happiness will be. You cannot stop once you become tribal messiahs. You all must become national messiahs through the highest leaders in your nation. In order to do that, the young second-generation members here must study hard and be prepared in all respects for the future. They should strive in every respect to become united in heart with True Mother during this age. The reality is that one world centered on Heavenly Parent, one human family, can only be realized when we center ourselves on true parents and attend them.
True Mother said they should strive in every respect to become united in heart with a True Mother during this age. The reality is that one world centered on Heavenly Parent, one human family, can only be realized when we center ourselves on true parents and attend them. True Mother said, she said that if we become one with the True Mother, the only begotten daughter who came to us for the first time in 6,000 years, miracles will happen and all impossible things will become possible. True Mother said that it is impossible to create one world, one human family without true parents. That's why our focal point centering on True Mother. True Mother is a key. Okay, continue.
Only through that can you become filial children who can stand in Heavenly Parents' presence. Is this something we should be grateful for? This is a happy thing. During these 5 days in Senegal, we held a historic event. We cannot stop with this and let this opportunity pass by. Now that we have plowed the field, we must sow the seeds and have them take root. Then what must we do? When we look at Africa, there must be a center. I have already selected a spot on this continent. Therefore, I have decided to create a headquarters which will play the central role for all of Africa here in Senegal.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. And today's Father's word, we should suffer hardships on behalf of God. Also very, very important content. Okay, please.
We should suffer hardships on behalf of God. God is suffering hardships because of me, because of my family, because of my nation, and because of my world. So it makes sense that I too should suffer hardships because of myself, because of my family, my society, my nation, and my world, and that I should do it for God. I am saying that together with the Republic of Korea, we should suffer hardships on behalf of God. That is my philosophy, and it is also God's philosophy.
Wow, Father is really, really filial son. Some parents say that if their child is unfilial child, the parents carries a lifelong heavy cross for the unfilial child. However, a filial child is a person who bears his own cross as well as the cross of his parents. If the parents are having a hard time, the filial child wants to go through the hardship on behalf of the parents. The bigger the difficulties, and try to comfort the parents. To become a filial child before God, what level of God's difficulties and cross do I want to bear? I am trying to take responsibility for God's difficulties on the ethnic level, on the national level, on the worldwide level, on the universal level. What kind of a level I am carrying on God's difficulties and God's cross? A filial child should not give his or her own cross and difficulties to the parents no matter what. That's why Bible tells us to carry our own cross and follow Jesus. Let's go through hardships for God, and that is true parent philosophy, and it is also God's philosophy. This is a really amazing guidance. I think no minister in Christianity, no minister any religion have this kind of the mindset. We need to suffer hardships on behalf of God. Oh my God. On behalf of my nation, on behalf of my tribe, on behalf of my family. This kind of mindset is how incredible. This kind of mindset only comes out from the filial child's heart. Continue.
You have to be somewhat foolish to follow God's path. Some people look for chances to secretly impose burdens on others, even when everyone is already suffering hardships. These spineless people think that others should shoulder all the burdens instead of them. And if they could, they would sell even God for their own personal benefit. You have to be somewhat foolish to follow God's path. In a certain sense, patriots appear to be rather foolish people, even somewhat stupid. They have the character of a bear, with a kind of slow-witted generosity that if someone took a piece of their arm, they would say, "Oh, that's not enough. Go ahead and take some more."
Wow. True Father said some people look for a chance to secretly impose burdens on others, even when everyone is already suffering hardships. No matter how difficult it is, I must not hand over my cross to others. If I fail to take responsibility and go to the spiritual world, I need to know that the responsibility will remain at God's cross. Most of those who come to earth and go to spiritual world without fulfilling their portion of responsibilities, so the cross is automatically carried by God. Think about how many people will take the cross of God and take responsibility for God's difficulties. Oh my God, my brothers and sisters. If I do not fulfill my portion of responsibility and all my burden go to God, and then God's responsibility become more heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier. No one reduce God's burden. Can you imagine about that? Since Adam and Eve fell, all his descendants, how many of them reduce God's burden? Reduce God's, how many of them really bear God's cross? How about you? How about myself? If I could not fulfill my portion of responsibility, and then all my unfulfilled my portion of responsibility become burden. And go to whom? Go to God. That's why God is really how much pitiful God. No one reduced his burden. No one bear his cross. Jesus, why he cried and why he prayed? Because he did not fulfill his job. And all burden, heavy cross, need to go to the God. And his job become more heavier and heavier and heavier. And true Father said, no matter what, I will bear, of course, my own cross, but also national cross, world cross, even Heavenly Father's cross. I want to liberate God, no matter what. And true Mother said, I want to finish all, kind of the indemnity and problems within my own generation. And then really, I want to liberate God. Please, my brothers and sisters, my children, unite with me. Let's finish that kind of heavy cause, heavy burden within our own generation. Do not pass on to my descendant anymore. That is a mother's determination. Can you imagine that? If I do not fulfill my portion of responsibility, and everything go to God, everything go to my descendant. You have to be Father said, you have to be somewhat foolish to follow God's path. Certain sense of patriots appear to be rather foolish people, even somewhat stupid. The smart and wise man of the world never goes down the path of the hurting himself. People who go for God's will only go for God's will. So they look very foolish and stupid because you have to give up everything and go. And then today's youth ministry, the 4-position foundation life. Also very important, we can apply to our daily life. The 4-position foundation life. I must always live a life centered on 4-position foundation. As you living with the same center of faith as your parents who are in God's position, there need to be a center that we respect and serve all the time in our lives. I need to live serving the central figure in the parent's position, and from there, I need to receive love and grow. Therefore, it is very dangerous for people who do not have central figures such as parents whom they respect in their religious life, and their faith will never grow. Find a center where can always respect and serve. Faith living without a center becomes a person who becomes the center of oneself and has no relationship with God. My brothers and sisters, what is the center of the 4-position foundation? What is the center? What is the center? Center is God. That's why, what is the husband's center? Should be God. What is the center of the wife? Should be God. What's the center of the children? Should be God. Okay? That's the spiritual 4-position foundation. But We need to have the substantial four-position foundation. God is invisible God. That's why we need to serve my central figure as the position of God. Serve him, love him, respect him. I need to be recognized by my parents' position, which position is God's position. Very important. I am telling you again and again, in your life of faith, you don't have a central figure, you are very, very dangerous. I'm not talking about true parents. True parents are very far. I'm talking about in your life of faith. You know, who is your central figure? I don't have anyone to respect. You know, I'm very old man, I'm senior. Everybody younger than me. Then you become central figure. Someone really respect you or not? You don't have a central figure who you can respect. And then no one respect you. Your life is very, very dangerous. That's why what is the attendance? Not just attendance in the invisible God. In your daily life, you need to have the central figure. Central figure. Very important. I do not respect anyone. Then you need to be really great person, someone who really respect you and follow you. Very important. This is how to apply the four-position foundation in our daily life. You need to have a central figure. You need to have an able figure you can really respect and follow anytime give and take. There is a front and back and left or right relationship centered on me. Am I living in harmony with my seniors and juniors at the school and co-workers and siblings? This should always be the center of harmony and then the mediator of love in the front, back, and left and right relationship. Very, very important, you know. Okay, what is your relationship with the left side, with the right side, with the front side, with the back side? You have to be a central point. You have to be a harmony maker. Okay? You have the mediator to convey love and heart to your neighbors surrounding you, front and back, or right side and left side. Very important, you know. What kind of relation do you have? Do you really have the four-position foundation life? Next, am I trusted by the people beneath me, under me, in other words, those in the children's position? Have I become someone who is respected by my subordinates? In life, smooth give and take action should be made centering on four-position foundation, not just only stopping with circular movements, but going on to spherical movement. Circular movement are simply horizontal, and then planar movement that give and receive. But spherical movement are three-dimensional, giving and receiving centered on God. Normally, secular people give and take with people just only centering on a circular movement. Just horizontally, just only give and take. There is no God's involvement. Then what is a spherical movement? What the spherical movement is? Three-dimensional movement. And when I give and take with the brothers and sisters, God is there. Then become spherical movement. But without God, just only horizontally, you and me, and just only give and take, that we call circular movement. God is not involving. However, centering on God, you and me give and take very well, become three-dimensional movement. God is there. Spiritual world is there. Become three-dimensional. Very, very powerful. But our movement, normally when we give and take with the people, centering on circular movement, just only horizontally give and take. There is no God. There is no central figure. There is no three-dimensional about the level. That's why no power. No power. Circular movement, no power, cannot gain strength. However, the circular movement become more active and active and active, and they reach it to God. And then become three-dimensional movement, become very, very powerful. I have to be myself to be a mediator of love and myself to give love. When I do for position foundation life very well, my angular personality disappears. And my personality becomes round. You can never become the owner of true love unless you train in the 4-position foundation life. Therefore, family, and working place are the best training place how to become the owner of the true love. That's why this 4-position foundation life is very, very important. Do I have a central figure? Not just only invisibly, substantially. Do I have central figure or not? Which is the position of God. Should be my father and mother. My physical father and mother should be that kind of position. My father and mother, my physical parents should be like that. Oh, they do not believe in God and true parents. And they need to find such kind of able figure. Always guiding me, always encouraging me, always giving me love. And then I recognize by my central figures, able figures, really, he trusts me. I can die anytime for him. That kind of relationship. Do you have or not? Do you have or not? Oh, my central figure is true parents. My central figure is God. I don't care what, about what kind of things going on horizontally. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous, I am telling you. Then horizontally, front and back and right side, the left side, you need to have inseparable relationship. That is your neighbor, okay? Your neighbor, front and back or right and left, that is your neighbor. In the family, with your wife, with your husband, with your brothers and sisters. This horizontal relationship, very, very important. How to make strong horizontal relationship. As long as you have the vertical relationship very, very strong, and automatically you can have a beautiful horizontal relationship. Based on that, you can become a great person. You can love, your children. You can love your young people who has a position of children. And then your children will respect you. Some youth people really, really respect you and follow you. That's why we need to create that kind of the environment all the time, centering on the structure 4-position foundation. The 4-position foundation cannot be only structure. Need to have the movement, centering on circular movement, and finally become spherical movement. Even God is involving. God intervene and become 3-dimensional movement. Then our life of faith become very, very stable, very strong, and very much spiritual, and very much powerful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Young. Wow, there's some powerful secrets you dropped today. And I mean, you really have to write a book about all these, how to have like a strong foundation to work on and work in a three-dimensional way, not just a two-dimensional way. I mean, I don't want to live in a two-dimensional world. So, all right, family, let's go into our breakouts and share our reflections with one another and unpack this amazing content today. Hope you enjoyed your breakouts. Now we are going to hear from one another about our reflections on today's message. And to go first, I'd like to invite up Dr. Shimyo and Sumie-san.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Good morning,
안녕하세요,
Dr. Yong.
Dr. 신묘 Sensei.
Yeah, we're lucky people. We quite often go to the breakout room of Milhan. Well, actually, I'm so deeply moved when I saw Dr. Yong shedding tears and crying and talking about God's suffering, the importance of all of us carrying the cross on behalf of God. In fact, finally, I'm able to find someone I can deeply relate to. That someone is, of course, Dr. Yong, because carry the cross on behalf of God to liberate him from his pain has been basically my own motto in my own life. Although this may sound outdated, because now the time some people might say, now we have to enjoy our life, we have to be happy, we have to laugh and smile. But this point is that Dr. Yong is saying repeatedly, we have to remind ourselves of God's suffering. And in my own experience, when I thought about carrying the cross on behalf of God, I even said to God in my prayer, God, give me more suffering, more pain and suffering. I want to swallow all this so that I may be able to understand your immense amount of love. God suffers because of his love. So the more suffering we experience, more love of God we can experience. And we are energized. That's a paradox, but I know that. I know that. So finally, we are able to find wonderful leader, Dr. Yong, who really understands it. So I know your parents went through all this. So when I think about this, I cry a lot, and I'm able to connect with God's realm of heart immensely. So this is my experience. So Dr. Yong, we are so grateful for you. Thank you so much for your leadership.
Yeah,
I dream the day of the coming of the day when we all are able to laugh and smile eventually.
Yeah,
Thank you.
right. So I think, best way to reduce our burden and heavy things, your kind of the determination, when we bear the God's cross, our own cross is nothing, automatically disappear. When we responsible God's burden and then bear the God's cross, then my burden, my cross is nothing, already disappeared. That's it. Many people do not know this top secret. When I responsible for my parents' burden and cross, and then you are no more thinking, no more struggling for your own heavy cross. Many people do not know this top secret. But Dr. Shinmyo Sensei, you are the one who know the top secret. Wow, thank you so much.
Thank
How about
you.
your wife?
Hi, good morning, Dr. Yong. Yeah, for me, I don't know how to say. Anyway, every day I'm so grateful. Every day, so Dr. Yong reminded me many things. So through mother's memoir, through father's word, and the youth ministry, every day I'm so happy. Always remind me that I'm so grateful every day. And
Wow.
also last night, I'm so grateful. I attend the beginning to end. So
Yeah.
more than 3 hours, I'm so happy. Last night, victory banquet celebration. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Shinmyo
Thank you so
Sensei.
much.
후후, 아리가또 고자이마스. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shimyo and Mrs. Shimyo. Okay, let's now hear from Yuko Maskiotra. Let's hear your reflection next. unmute first. Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Yuko-san.
Hi, Dr. Yong, thank you so much. Like yesterday was kind of really full day since early morning attending champions liberation ceremony until end for True Mother Victoria's Fest meeting. So I was quite physically tired. But Dr. Yong, every day probably you are having this kind of schedule every day, and still you're giving this deep morning speech. So I'm really grateful, and especially last night, really moved me those choir from represent North Korea.
North Korea, yeah.
Those choir, their attitude and devotion to True Mother was really moved me a lot. And such a sincere heart, and really pray for unity of North-South Korea.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Yuko. 마시오트라-상, 감사합니다. Beautiful sharing.
Yes, thank you. It really was moving when the lead singer did a full Kyungbae, the True Mother, and I think we all really felt her heart. If I can share my reflection a little bit, just Dr. Young, I love the part when you mentioned that Father's words about being a little foolish to pursue our providential mission. And like I always say, to be an effective tribal Messiah, you have to have a few screws loose, because you need a little more space to allow God to work. And so, I appreciate that message a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, brothers and sisters, let's go into our reminders. Number one, please invite someone. Invite your family, friends, Trinity to this morning devotion, especially on Zoom. And also, if you're inspired by today's message, please share it. There's the YouTube recording. You're welcome to share with anybody. And number two is to give joyfully from your heart. Like I always say, offer a prayer. Allow God to inspire you to give today. Now for our musical offering, I'm very excited to welcome back up Reverend Desmond Green to share with us his musical selection.
Wow, good morning, Dr. Yong.
Hey, good morning. Wow.
안녕하십니까?
네, 안녕하십니다.
Man, last night I watched a performance with a Korean gentleman who really moved Mother's heart with his songs. I don't remember his name, but I sure remember.
조항조.
Yeah, he's really an incredible superstar from Korea. So with the same spirit, I want to convey a song to my brothers and sisters this morning. It's a song that we all know very well. I want you to sing along with me. It goes like this. Well, good morning, Father, it's a brand new dawn. The eastern skies puts new colors on. You've touched me now, I feel I belong in a special place in your heart. Once my mornings never saw your face, and even in nature out of place, I was longing for your warm embrace in a special place in your heart. And now that I've found you and lovers arrive, I laugh with the spring breeze, I'm finally alive, making a beeline right back to the hive, finding my way back home. Now my life is filled with ecstasy. The champagne of your love, it's so bubbly, like a bird on a wing soaring wild and free in a special place in your heart. And now that I've found you and lovers arrive, I laugh with the spring breeze, I'm finally alive, making a beeline right back to the hive, finding my way back home.
Dun, dun,
Now
dun,
my
dun.
life is filled with ecstasy. The champagne of your love, it's so bubbly. Like a bird on a wing, soaring wild and free. In a special place in your heart. In a special place in your heart. In a special place in your heart. Good morning.
Wow, thank you, heaven.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much, Heavenly Green. Always I can see your beautiful smile whenever I finish my morning devotion and come to my room. On the way, you are waiting for me, always welcoming for me. Wow, thank you, Heavenly Green. See you very, very soon.
Thank you, Reverend Green. I don't think there's any more pure expression of cheerfulness than what you can give us. So thank you so much. Now for our closing prayer, I'd like to invite, can I invite Hanmi Bowman? Would you pray for us to close, please?
Well, good morning.
Oh yeah, Hami with the
Hi.
baby. Thank you. Yeah.
All right, everyone. Good morning. Please join me in prayer. Come on, I gotta pray too. Dear most beloved heavenly parents, good morning. It's been a very, very interesting morning in general. We learned a lot today from True Mother's words and True Father's words, but my favorite part was definitely about the 4-position foundation lifestyle. Everyone probably sees it as a diamond in their books, but when you put it into practice, when we put it into practice, it's actually a sphere. And that's one of the most beautiful, brightest things that is on this planet. So let's take those things that we learned today and at the same time, put it out there into our neighborhoods, our communities, nation, and the world. But we all start from this beautiful, bright morning. So I want to thank you for everything. And we all want to do our best. So I want to report this in my name, Hanmi Elizabeth Bowman, member of a blessed central family amongst all the other blessed central families here. Aju.
Aju. Thank you, Hanmi.
You're welcome.
Thank you, our babies, Heavenly Prince and Princess. Thank you so much.
I need you. Yes, we know. Bye.
Thank you, Hanmi. That was the sweetest prayer ever. Thank you so much. All right, family, have a wonderful, exciting Sunday. Whether you're going to visit a church or you're attending Narakimi's sermon, please go well today, and we will see you tomorrow. God bless.
Have a great day.